Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi battle, and I hope you guys are enjoying your Christmas holidays. I wish you all a very good year. Hope 2015 is good for all of you. I hope you guys have met your New Year's resolution for 2014, and I hope that the goals that you set for 2015 are achieved and come true. So with that being said, I'm quite satisfied actually, because I achieved most of my goals this year, and I'm quite satisfied with my performance as a person, a live being these, today, whatever. Anyway, so I've done some pretty cool stuff. So I have this new-ish team on X and Y that I haven't showed you guys because I've been having fun and I did not sit down because I'm lazy. And my opponent leads with an Arbok, probably predicting me to go for a Psychic, which is why I opted for a Scald on the Spiritomb, because it is, a more... I predicted my opponent's switch, okay? That's why I went for the Scald, hoping for a burn because that would have been nice. But I'm like, okay, better, because I have Toxic on my Emblem, and if this is a special or maybe mixed set, I can take a few hits because Squidprints is not the most offensive Pokemon in the world. But my opponent, ladies and gentlemen, predicts me like a boss and packs the pursuit. He has a physical Spiritomb, which is cheeky, and I hate my opponent for this. But the magic of the moment is what I've got for you. Now, a random passerby does not know what I'm up with Sableye, so I am going to go for the trick and trick him into a scarf. And I'm going to steal his leftovers because I'm that cheeky, because I'm that awesome. That's right, suck it, Spiritomb. You can Will-O-Wisp me, I don't care. I have a Chansey within the Violite because I'm a cheeky OU abusing bastard. And I have the aromatherapy, so I just don't care. That's right, switch out because I have ruined your day and you have ruined mine because you're a jerk face. So anyway, now that I'm free of the scarf, my opponent, I can go for the Will-O-Wisp because I can, and I can burn this Arbok, which is nice because, Arbok is mostly physical, and I'm glad that this thing is burnt. So anyway, a burnt crisp snake is always good because snakes do not like being burnt, they like being, moist, and, dehydration for snakes is not that good. So anyway, yeah. My opponent is going to go back into the Spiritomb, and I did not want to see this because my opponent predicted me like a boss, and I have to switch out my Phoebe. I'm like, no, please stay, cancel, stay in there, but oh well. So anyway, in comes Iron Man because he's the most awesome, ant in the world because, Durant is amazing, and I've used this and I want to show it off. So my opponent goes for the pursuit, predicting me to switch out into something, but I'm like, nah son, I'm staying in here. And as a matter of fact, since you locked yourself into pursuit, I'm going for a second Hunclaws, which is good because that's what I'm here for. Anyway, so I predict my opponent to get the Intimidate off and maybe go into Rapidash, hoping that my opponent baits me to go for an Iron Head and kill this thing, with something. By the way, since I spat fire on your snake, doesn't it burst its balloon? Shouldn't it burst your balloon? Anyway, we don't care about ground moves because I killed you with a rock type and I popped your balloon. I just destroyed it with rocks bulging out of the ground. And in comes Dugtrio, ladies and gentlemen. Why we hate this thing is because it is annoying as fuck, and it has Arena Trap, and you cannot switch out because it's a fucking douchebag. Right? Right. So, Dugtrio, ladies and gentlemen, has a Focus Sash because every Dugtrio in existence has a Focus Sash, and in this battle, my opponent takes it so far and shows you what the fuck they can do with a bloody Focus Sash. So he kills Tony Stark. How dare you, you three-headed Cerberus disgusting thing. So my opponent predicted me to go for a Will-O-Wisp, maybe to kill it off with some residual damage, but my friends, I have the knockoff. I could have gone for a foul play, but I don't pack it. So I predicted my opponent like a boss, and I knock off its life orb because Will-O-Wisp wouldn't be appropriate because this horse is already on fire, so go figure. You cannot burn something that is already on fire. As a matter of fact, I would have given it maybe a flash fire boost, and that would have made things completely nasty. So I have to switch out Mon Mothma because I do not want to be torn apart by a Flare Blitz, and I have to fodder my Moth, because if you have to fodder something, ladies and gentlemen, always fodder the Moth. Always fodder the Moth, because that is what flaming horses do. They just run on moths and burn them and crisp them because that is what they can do. Eventually, I don't know. What the hell am I saying? So anyway, Rapidash is at a revengeable amount of HP, so I'm going to send in my Victory Bell because I know, okay, I have a Focus Sash too, and he goes for the Hypnosis, which is, what the hell, what? So, he could have gone for Bounce, but I really don't care because I pack Protect as well. So anyway, in comes Executor because this thing, he's ballsy and he's like, okay, I'm going to destroy it with a Psychic. Not that I really care because I nearly kill this thing, and on top of that, I don't get poisoned because why would I get poisoned? Just tell me, why would I get poisoned? And ladies and gentlemen, this thing is a Harvest set. I just can't. So anyway, I played a stupid card here. I should have gone for Leaf Storm and raped that, what do you call it? I should have gone for a Leaf Storm to rape that Spiritomb because it would have been amazing and stuff, but no, I'm not that smart, ladies and gentlemen. I'm kind of dumb. So anyway, I go for the Sludge Bomb, get poison on this thing because, you know, you can always poison a haunted pot plant of some sort with an ugly face. But anyway. So we still have 10 minutes in this battle, so I'll take you through it. My opponent also packs a Sucker Punch, mind you, and I'm like, I would have preferred to have Toxic Poison or burn residual damage on the Spiritomb. Now, I'm going to do the stupidest play in the world. Okay, so here comes my Amblumen, my Chansey, because she's amazing, and no, wait, the stupid plate's not coming yet. I predict my opponent to switch out because I can go for a Toxic and the Sucker Punch will be useless, so I actually went for Aromatherapy because I'm stupid. No, I'm not that completely stupid. I decided to go for Aromatherapy because I wanted my Sableye to be at a reasonable amount of health. And this thing has the Harvest Citrus Berry thing, which is annoying and something that I really don't like. And I finally managed to get the Toxic off of this thing, which is kind of good because I can whittle it down. But my opponent decides to go for the Trick Room because I don't know why. Because Trick Room is cool. I used to like using Trick Rooms. So anyway, Executor is not that fast a Pokemon, so Trick Room can stop a fast, speedy Sweeper in its tracks. Because yeah, it's actually a good strategy now that I think about it. So my opponent is going to go into Spiritomb, predicting my Seismic Toss because that is what Chanseys do, because they have nothing else in their arsenal to whittle down attackers and walls and shit. So I'm going to play a very stupid play here, and my opponent has the Pain Split. Did I tell you that I hate the Spiritomb? So he just fills up his HP bar, and I'm like, oh shit, we're back to fucking square one again. I have nothing to deal with this thing, so he carries on tearing my Chansey apart, stealing my HP, bringing me to a very ridiculously low amount of health, which means that I have to do something here. So I go for a Soft Boiled, because it's the best thing I can do, and I have to find a way to switch out. Now, what I should have done here, ladies and gentlemen, is I should have switched out into my Astyr, and Pain Split some HP back because it was almost full and I would have gotten a lot of HP back. But I forgot at this point that my opponent was Choice Scarfed, so I predicted my opponent to go for maybe a Pursuit or an attack. I don't know what I was thinking at this turn. I thought that my opponent was not Choice Scarfed, but you know, why does anyone pay attention when they're battling? No, no one does, and neither do I. So anyway, I go for a Will-O-Wisp, hoping that that Dugtrio would come in, but my opponent stays there and just carries on going for the Pain Split, Pain Split. Oh, come on, you're a pain in the split, Mr. Opponent. So, or Miss, I don't know what you are, so I will never know. Now, this Spiritomb, ladies and gentlemen, is just not dying, which makes me very proud because I have an annoying Spiritomb myself, and it just doesn't die because Spiritombs are amazing, and a Spiritomb with Will-O-Wisp is completely, fantastically awesome, and I suggest it very well. I suggest it because it is a very good set. I suggest it because it is amazing, it is annoying, and your opponents will hate you for life, and you will be the silliest troll alive. So now I decide to go into Astyr. I'm like, hey, give me some HP. But no, my opponent is a Psychic Guru and decides to switch out into his Executor, which is crazy because I hate my opponent. And no, I do not pack the Ice Beam. Yes, I am going to switch out because I want to use this pretty much as fodder at this point. Starmie did not do a whole lot of stuff because my opponent has an annoying Spiritomb, which I hate him for. But oh, well, what can you do? You have to switch out into Phoebe because he can take out anything on this Executor, and my opponent goes for the Trick Room, predicting me like a boss. Is like, he has a life orb, he will most likely die, so I can set up here. Now, the thing is, I'm going to send in my Phoebe, because Phoebe can take stuff relatively well, because that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to sit here and wall this thing, and no, I'm going to pull the double psych, because I want my emblem back and running, because I want to fish that bloody Duck Trio out. I want to get some toxic on it. I want to get some toxic poison, but it just doesn't die. And this Executor has been eating too much fructose, ladies and gentlemen. Too much berries. You're gonna have too much sugar in your blood, and it's not good. So anyway, now my opponent decides to go into his Spirit Tomb, where I was hoping that I would see something else, but no, he's just playing the sick plays here, man. So he predicts my Seismic Toss or Toxic or whatever I went for this turn, and I went for the Toxic, and he just doesn't die. Why do Spirit Tombs never die? Why? I go for the soft boiled because I want to waste my PP, because I'm an idiot, and my opponent goes for the Pursuit, predicting me to switch out and do too much damage, too severe damage. But Spirit Tomb is not the most offensive poke in the world, and I decided this turn I should stay in because my opponent can do nothing to me, nothing. So I will predict my opponent and go for the Seismic Toss, because at that moment my brain decided to work for once in my pitiful life, and it's getting its Harvest Berry again. I just want to take that berry and shove it. You know, I'm going to put a fourth coconut, and you do not want to know where, Executor. You just do not want to know where. So anyway, I'm going to go for the Seismic Toss because I'm annoying and I'm a Chansey. And when Executor falls flat on its face, it's plant thing just spreads perfectly on the ground, flat, which is nice. And he gets another Harvest thing because he's like, we hate Executor for that. And he just gave me a brilliant idea. I'm going to run a Harvest Pokemon of my own. I should, because it's fun, and yeah, I should. So anyway, out comes Le Spiritomb, because Spiritomb is amazing, and it just walls my team all day long, and I cannot do anything because I am... screw it. I lost it. I forgot, can someone get me the script of this thing here, because I just don't remember what I was... yeah, that's not on the script. I'm not saying that. Anyway, so Aster comes in, and now I decided to do something I should have done a long time ago, which is stupid on my side. So Spiritomb is at an amount of health where he will die to poison. Now I'm going to go for the Thunderbolt because I wanted to kill this thing, and I hate Spiritomb because it's annoying, and Spiritomb dies because he's annoying. And what is my opponent going to do to get the job done, ladies and gentlemen? He's going to send in his Dog Trio and go for a Sucker Punch because I have Arena Trap because I'm smart. Smart ass. I hate you, Dog Trio, and I hate you, Mr. Opponent, because you're making my life a living hell. And I don't appreciate that. I really don't. So what my opponent is going to do, he's going to predict me to go for the Will-O-Wisp maybe, but nah. He's going to fire off his Executor, knowing that I'm going to destroy his face with a knockoff, because I literally take that citrus berry and I just slap it out of his hands, which he has none, and I just slapped his heads off. That's what I did. I slapped Executor's heads off because he's annoying, and he annoyed me, and I hate him for that. But anyway, so Tentacruel is in here, and I have 2 Pokemon left. I have a Sableye, which you see now, and I have my Emblemin, my rich in egg protein thing, because it's an egg, and I'm a bodybuilder, and I appreciate egg protein because it is a very useful, valuable tool for building muscle. So yeah, I think that the nickname for my Chansey makes perfect sense. But yet again, in the Pokemon world, nothing makes sense. So, Dazzlingly, not going to do too much. You are a special set. I can take special hits all day long, get in here, Chansey, and just stall the life out of this thing because you're annoying. Now, that is a strategy behind Chansey. My opponent is going to try all sorts of things like Scald, Sludge Waves, and Dazzling Gleams, and everything they can do, but there's nothing that my opponent can do to hurt me because I am an Violet Chansey that can take special hits all nightmare long. So Scald comes in, and this time my opponent is going to get a burn. And mind you, the previous goal was a critical hit, and if I had not read it below, I wouldn't have known because it didn't make too much of a difference. And finally, Tentacruel, which did not stay too long, is going to die from the residual burn damage. Now, the last thing, and it's the most annoying thing that I've ever seen in my life, is Dog Trio. Ladies and gentlemen, this battle proves, goes to show you that a Focus Sash, if played correctly, can tear teams apart. I'm not talking about the Focus Sash spamming noobs that I used to play against in PBR that had Focus Sashes on everything, even on their mom. Their moms even had Focus Sashes, but no, this guy plays his Focus Sash right, so I'm like, I'm going to go for a Will-O-Wisp, pray that it doesn't miss, which it doesn't. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is GG. My opponent goes for an Earthquake. You can go for 3 crits. I don't care because it will end in a draw either way. I survived. I have lefties. I have recover. You are burnt. You are at 1 HP. You will die. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was the game. I hope you guys enjoyed this battle. And from the depth of my heart, I wish you guys Happy New Year. And everything that you guys wish to come true, and I will be posting some new stuff, from the new year. So thank you for being there for me, guys. I really appreciate your viewership, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.